Hi guys, welcome to the channel of Love. Okay, I'm jumping on. Let's do a weekly reading because I feel I'm going to be kind of laying low a bit and just focusing on some other stuff with this week coming up. It's raining outside. Um, no chance of us going out there today. Anyway, I wanted to speak to you about yesterday. So I managed to go out with my daughter. We got into town by 1 o'clock, absolutely fine. It was fun. It was fun. I had a bit of a bus journey. Made some new friends along the way. I always say to my daughter, did you have fun today? How many friends did we make? And she just rolls her eyes. But what was interesting is um, I said to her after we had had some lunch, I said, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to go and get your hair cut? It was really nice because there was no time restrictions. Normally you've parked the car up and you've got a couple of hours. So because we were public transporting it, it was quite fun not to be restricted, but then again, you were a bit restricted to what you could carry. So it was like, do you want to get your hair cut? So we couldn't decide where to go. I wanted to go one place, she wanted to go to another. We done a bit of a rock, paper, scissors. And we went to the place that she wanted to go to, but they couldn't get us in. We were giggling because as we was kind of coming out, I said, well, maybe we'd just go to the place that I wanted to go to then. But as we were walking to this place, we passed the mobile phone shop. And she's having trouble with her data. Okay, when she's outside the house, she doesn't seem to have any, and that shouldn't be the case. Okay, so we ended up going into the mobile phone shop to sort this out. I'm going to cut a very long story really short. Okay, but when I went in, the only advisor that was available was actually the manager of the store, who for some reason came out of his office that day. He even said to me, I was dealing with the manager and it's rare that he's down here. Very nice. He should spend more time on the shop floor because I could tell he could pick up on my feminine essence. The compliments were coming. He was going out of his way to try and, you know, accommodate. But while I'm in there looking around while he's dealing with my daughter, you know, taking her details so he can check this data, I'm thinking I'm due an upgrade. And my phone is kind of smashed. It's the only phone that I've ever had, and I only got it in November, that I've dropped, and the screen's cracked, and I'm not really that bothered about it. So I say to my daughter, this is a bit lethal because I can actually have an upgrade, and I end up coming out with the latest iPhone 5. It's not. I keep calling mine like the iPhone 5 and 6. My kids go, Mum, it's like the 8. You've got a good phone already. What is this one? The XR. It recognises your face. It's like, and I came out with like a brand new phone. My contract hasn't changed. He did try, surprisingly, after my talking about my watch and not wanting to focus on time. Maybe he thought I was actually going to take the Apple Watch at £20 a month on the contract, and I'm like, I don't want a watch. And yeah, he actually said to me, he said, you just saved £20 a month on your contract, and I've come out of like a new phone. That's like awesome, isn't it? And I chose yellow. I thought we'll go for a bit of light and sunshine. So I managed yesterday to manifest myself like this new phone. How awesome. My kids look at me and go, how'd you do it? I'm like, I don't know. It's that feminine essence. So I kind of needed a new phone because this one is just so, you know, shabby. But not that old. Mummy gets a new phone. Okay. I thought we'd pull some cards. Have a look what's going to be going down next week. Where are we anyway? Oh, it's the 27th tomorrow. So, May the 27th. Now, I bought some packs up. I bought some Law of Attraction cards. Most definitely up. Let's turn these phones off. Oh, hold on. This one's different. Okay, that was quite easy. And then this one. But what's quite nice is I've just set it up as a new phone. There's just so much shit on there. And it's just like, I don't really need it. And it's just like set it up as a new phone. I've just transferred my photos, which I could just airdrop, which was great. and then I'll just let one of the kiddies have that phone. That's how it rolls. They won't be too happy because normally it's kind of an immaculate phone I hand over to them, but this one's trashed. I did buy a new glass screen cover for it. Look at the rain coming down. Okay, so it's like that feminine energy is really strong. It's, yeah. Oh my, it's fun. It was really fun to get out and go and play with the universe. I love it. Okay. I see the devil there. Now, sometimes it's nice if we don't use too many decks. So I want to use the law of attraction. At some point, maybe at the end, I'll use the chakra cards. And an enchanted map, and maybe a Rumi, maybe. Depends how strong the message is and, well, what the message is. Looking more at that rain. But it's very humid. Okay. But I want to use these messages from your angels. So I'm going to use the Rider-Waite, pull some cards, and then I'm going to clarify with these messages from your angels. So it's kind of like messages, yeah. Well, messages, oracle messages mixed in with tarot. I didn't really want to start with these, but I have. It says you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. Okay, we'll start with these, that's fine. Schooling and study. Schooling, study and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. New romance is imminent, either with a newcomer in your existing relationship. Well, I'm just like missing sentences here. New romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. I was tempted to stop. I was tempted to say the flow's not going, but I've stopped myself. Okay. Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. I've started to have a little more... Why can't I speak? I actually felt before I came on that my voice got really like... I actually had a bit of a coughing fit, like I was being blocked from speaking. Which is fine because I plan on taking a couple of days off after this on not speaking. Or I think it's learning to balance that energy. That energy is really powerful. So what I was going to say is I've started to look more into the oracle pictures. I don't normally look at the actual pictures. I just read the words and don't really examine the oracle cards. Tarot cards, yes. So we have you are a caresser. You are a caresser. Why would I say that? I was going to start reading the actual words and then I thought, well, I better tell you her name, and it came out, you are a caresser. So, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So let's pull a card. You are a caresser. Oh, sorry. Healing hands. Oh, my hands have gone numb. What's... I need some time out. Well, there's a surrender card. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So this is kind of balancing out, I suppose it's like that energy. I was talking about the feminine's energy is very powerful. It's like I'm even needing to tame that a little bit. It's the Five of Swords, that's about surrendering. You can see in the background there, it's like people are getting hurt. It's quite misunderstood, the energy. This may schooling, study and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. So for me, I wanted to obviously go back into my masculine energy a little bit to tame that femininity and focus on some material things. So not being so spiritually alive personally. And that's where I feel the shift in the energy, because I've made mention a few times now about how when I'm inside I feel more masculine, more grounded. When I'm outside I'm kind of flying with the angels and fairies and the rainbows. This is about delivering the truth. So schooling, study and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. Yeah, I'm feeling that this is really about the passion that's ignited through the feminine. Because what I did observe was when I was passed on to another advisor to fill out the details regarding the phone, just to sign the documents, that's all I've really done. I did notice that then business had really picked up. And when I walked in, the manager was actually not doing anything, not serving anyone. He had his arms crossed, actually. I'm quite observant, so I pick up this, but I could feel that because of this energy, the feminine's energy, we've been speaking about how to transmute sexual energy in a more creative, how it can really ignite a masculine and propel him. And after that, all he kept doing was coming to the advisor saying, I've got someone else, I've got someone else. And the vibe in the shop had lifted. So it'd be really nice actually if he does get his butt back down on that shop floor, because when he's buzzing, that's showing you what the effects of the feminine energy does. So we've got schooling, study and education help your life's purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. And it's regarding about how we communicate this, how we speak, how we're in our essence of our truth. And because there's a very strong energy to, you're up against a very strong feminine. So there's no kind of bullshit, but there's a way that she delivers the truth. And then we have Chantel, which is new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. So this openness of love is attracting this male attention. I was trying to fill out a survey at the end with actually somebody who had been sent in independently into the store to do a survey on the service. And yes, he was approached 3 times with wanting to give me his number while I was actually doing that. So you could kind of see it happening. The offer. So new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. About being open to giving and receiving love. Why it's so powerful is that it's like, I am going to talk about this. Okay. What's so powerful is the feminines are very aware of it, and it's very sweet, and it's the correct behavior. You know, it's lovely. It's this emotion of love coming through a masculine, but that doesn't mean that the feminine has to take it just because it's there. So it kind of puts us in a predicament. It does me. It does me. And that kind of comes with the feeling that you're hurting people unintentionally, maybe getting their hopes up when actually it's just your personality. And I know it's something that I myself try to be very truthful about and not lead people on. But if a masculine feels that energy, the desire rockets. So where are we going with this? We've got Francesca now. What do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. And then we've got the Ten of Cups. So there's the feminine there as well. I am going to look at these pictures. We'll look at the pictures in a minute. But we've got the Ten of Cups here. There's a feminine in this oracle card, obviously visualizing what her Ten of Cups is. There is the Seven of Swords. It's quite a sneaky behaviour to this. It just kind of comes in with the conflicts regarding men, because you can listen. And what I heard whilst I was filling out this survey is, here's my number, this is my name, but this is a work phone, it doesn't go home. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? The lady actually said to me, she went, are you single? And I just said to her, I'm not interested. I said, actually, because it's a bit of a shock. You have words that are associated with emotions. And you know, I was married. My husband made his transition. That makes me a widow, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't get hung up on this. It's not like a victim-like name. Okay. So I just said to her, I'm actually a widow. And then she was obviously late 50s, 60s. And she just kind of looked at me, and then we went back to the survey, and then it just went really quiet. And I looked at her and I said, are we still thinking about the widow comment? You know, so she could pick it up. Like she said, did you receive extra special care and attention? She said, I can't put down that he tried to give you his number. It's, you know, conflict. Conflict for the feminines. Oh, sorry, I'm right by the microphone now. But this is the case. Let's have a look at these pictures. As we're going somewhere a bit deeper with this today, it's definitely the feminine's energy, okay? And I'm going to say the divine feminine's energy. So they're at a cycle in their life, needing comfort from the angels and guidance for the next step to take, but happiness does await the divine feminines now. Now we have here this infinity trying to balance out the energies, and this card of surrender, people are getting hurt. That makes me feel that masculines are kind of trying anything that they can. And it's because the feminine's obviously evolved into the divine feminine, that's the ending of the cycle. You're kind of divine now, and it's noticeable. Happiness definitely awaits, but it's quite hard to go out and have that when there's so much attention to your energy and everyone wants a piece of it. Oh, they do. They do. And it's one of the reasons why I like to actually try and escape and stay at home. because everybody kind of, you feel like that's it, you're on. And it's also natural. Where at home you can comfortably be in all your emotional spectrums. That's what I want to say, because when you're out, it's like that energy doesn't even come over you. When you're a light worker, you're here to be the example, so it is authentic. But then there is another side that needs the solitude, that needs to actually, being light workers, we analyze. So it says schooling, study and education helps your life purpose and personal growth at this time. The angels will guide you and help you with this process. And then we have the Queen of Swords, about being authentically you. Speaking the truth. Now I want to read that schooling card. We strongly recommend that you continue with your education, because the additional information and experience will accelerate the fruition of your life's purpose. You may worry about having the means to go forward with this schooling, but we assure you that everything will be provided to you along the way, like nice phones. This educational process brings you great rewards. It enriches your understanding of your spiritual power and accelerates your memory and motivation towards your life purpose. We will guide you to teachers, schools, books, funds, schedules, and all of the resources that are plentifully available to you now. And that's what it was. On the way to a hairdresser's, we come across that we never ended up getting a haircut. I think we was too amazed that I'd actually come out and nabbed myself a brand new phone, and nothing was changed, but I definitely went away. I was actually really like basking in the feeling of watching how it propelled him in his work, how all of a sudden he just had this spark, and it's like he's been locked up above this shop in his room, in his office, and barely comes onto the shop floor. And you know, he was on the shop floor that day for me to go in, just because my daughter had made mention as we was walking past, and we was only walking past because my daughter had won rock paper scissors and we were going to her chosen hairdressers. You're guided every step of the way. I came out of a nice new mobile phone, and you have to receive that without this expectation of having to give anything in return. I didn't ask for that, but I was given that, and that's quite hard to actually accept that, especially when you know that maybe they would like, you know, more. So let's have a look at this. Chantel, new romance is imminent, so it's going to be coming, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. But be open to giving and receiving the love. And then we have this Knight of Pentacles coming in. This is like long-term offer. The difference with this card is that this is somebody that has actually thought about this offer for a long time. So the new romance is imminent, meaning the divine feminines are going to be receiving a lot of male attention, which we can kind of see. And there's this kind of, what is it that the divine feminine's desiring? Because there's a lot of attention. So it says new romance is definitely coming in, but it's either with a newcomer or through reignited passion, which would kind of, this is somebody returning. But it's about being open to giving and receiving love. That's hard for the feminines to do consistently, when actually having a long-term commitment with these guys who are kind of fighting here, and this sneaky behaviour, wanting the 10 of Cups. Now the feminine is sitting there. Just going to have a look at what. It's under the moon, isn't it? She's, I don't know, she's like, she's got a stick, and I don't know what these flowers are, but it's like it's like she's prodding the pollinating. Oh, that's beautiful in a way. So what do you desire right now? Visualizes, and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So this is really the feminine's just like pollinating. staying in this positivity, but it's attracting all the things that the feminine's actually visualizing and desiring. Just like with my mobile phone, okay, it's kind of cracked my old one. I could do with a new one. I'm not going to actually put any action into that. Universe knows I could do with a new phone, knows that I probably like wouldn't want to go backwards and carry on upwards. There it happens. So that's how, you know, the kind of Ten of Cups is coming in, this kind of happy vibe. We have conflict with guys fighting here. And this is a sneaky behaviour. That's kind of like being prepared to leave whatever, up and leaving things. It's a bit of a fool energy. But the feminine's just, it's like contemplation about what it is actually the Ten of Cups really means for the feminine. So what I'm feeling is it's just because masculines are accommodating and nice and complimentary, it doesn't mean that you offer them that. You have to. And it doesn't mean that you have to change who you are. So I feel this is really about understanding this sexual energy. Put a baseball cap on backwards, it might kind of like, they might not notice. So it intrigues them more. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? Let's have a look what the bottom of the deck is. That's someone waiting for their harvest. That's desiring, isn't it? I could see how the sexual energy, just the being within it, uplifts others. And that's what a light worker does. They just shine. And we can block it. You can try. And I think that is touching on yesterday's video about not wanting to go out. My children find it hard. They love it, they're fascinated by it, but I think they find it quite tiring because I find myself speaking to everybody and because I'm so open. I'm going to get one more on top of these cards here. So let's have a look at this. The feminine's ending a cycle. Happiness is now coming in. But it looks like there is a lot of masculines. But the feminine's very aware that this is kind of affecting the masculine's energy. Just in general. It says have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. So this is the feeling, as in the masculines are very attracted to the feminines, but she's looking for her own desire. It's about having faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see, which makes me feel that there's kind of no need for the feminines to rush, the divine feminines to rush. We now have the schooling about being able to speak the truth, being transparent. And it's like the energy of honesty. It says you have a gift for working with young people and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching or parenting children. It's about being that role model. So I just spoke about my children. But you know that they revel in it. But it's kind of like the light can be too much. But we're teaching our children by being the example. We've got schooling, study and education. You know, most children just really want to know why adults are so miserable. I talk to everybody. I don't really give an age to anyone. Your own children may not always like the attention, but they most definitely benefit from it because other children do admire it. Right, so then we've got this Chantel, this romance coming in. It's a new romance, and I believe it's from somebody who's been, otherwise it would be the Knight of Wands, somebody just coming in for a one night stand, but this is somebody that wants longevity, they want long term. But we haven't got kind of like the King of Swords wanting to come in as a knight in shining armour, or the King of Cups who's just in love. This is the secure. I think it's through the reignited passion. Let's get another card. I'm going to have to move my leg then because my leg's gone dead. Oh, I spoke about children. And it says, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So this is about, it's affecting the children. Right, okay, let's move this leg. Oh. Definitely stuff here about kids. I mean, this manager was actually, he was very open with my daughter. I mean, she's nearly 16, but she's just in there kind of with me. And he was just, you know, saying to her, your mum's amazing. I think your mum's absolutely awesome. It's a little bit embarrassing for her. I'm just giggling. And when he wanted to give me a number, he kind of just held his phone up and I'm doing a survey. And I'm like, I can't really take it down. He just said to my daughter, you take it then. And then he kind of walked off a little bit flustered saying, I'll just write it down. I'm like, but that might be the best bet. So it's a very much openness towards my child as well. Let's read this. Because we've got, you have a gift for working with young people and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching or parenting children. And your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. Let's read this opal. No, we're going to have to read both. Yeah, Rosetta. Children respond to your open-hearted nature. You're also charmed by their straightforward honesty, laughter and innocence. In many ways they engage and heal your own inner child. You seek to give these children that which you desired when you were young. You also feel an inner calling to improve the lives of children, and you may wonder about the best way to proceed. I was very observant yesterday, how people were speaking to their children out in the street. Won't add any more to that. So I am with you as a guardian angel who delights in bringing you new opportunities to help children. All you need to do is notice the young people whom I bring into your orbit. Be your delightful self with these children and the rest will take care of itself. As soon as you're ready for an increased role, please say the word to me and I will increase the number of lives you touch. Please be assured that I understand your temperament and will only bring you to situations that match your passions, talents and interests. You are a blessing to children everywhere. I felt that. Being an empath, I can just touch on emotions even as I'm walking through the high street. I think that's one of the reasons why I like to kind of be in solitude, because I really do pick up emotions, especially of children. And I was watching some children yesterday, how they were being, you know, told off, punished, standing in the corners crying. It's quite But you know, I just send the energy. I send the love energy to that child. I don't intervene. I observe it. My children always observe it. Um, Normally, when there's a crying baby or crying child, especially if we're in a supermarket or in the bank or on an aeroplane, on a train, it doesn't. If my children hear a child cry, they normally go, "Mum, mum," go, and it's like, find that kid. They probably say that the kid's crying, find that kid. And normally, I just need to make eye contact with this child, whether it's a baby as well, and these are the kind of things I practice, sending the energy like that. And focus on the child, whether they can see me or not. And it's like they can feel my presence and they find me. And then I just give them eye contact and a smile. They normally look away and then look back. Normally, when you're queuing in a shop, just down the local shop, you'll see the kids behind their mums and they want to look and then they kind of look away and they're a bit embarrassed. And then they always have a look back again, and I'm still there connecting with them. Mum, find that child. Oh, that's funny. But they see it happen. So it's like they're as fascinated. I'm trying to encourage them to use this ability. We all have it. Or maybe you're too busy walking around with your head down like everyone else does. When you lift your head, you'll notice how many people will actually lift theirs to give you eye contact as you're walking past them. Who notices you once you start becoming the observer. So I want to, did I, yes, I finished that one. Let's do Opal. Your worries about children have been received as prayers here in heaven. I'm going to have to that just went from one spectrum about helping children to really now being concerned about them. So I felt myself get choked up then, but it wasn't about what I was talking about. Even though witnessing children going through this as an understanding, and if I can try and transmit my energy to them so they can feel this, I don't know how that affects them, but it seems to affect them positively. Like at that moment, there is somebody that kind of cares, and it's just a look. So let's read this, Opal. Your worries about your children have been received as prayers here in heaven. So it says here, your worries about your children. We understand your concerns, so we surround the souls and bodies of your children with our loving care. This is a time for you to release your children to God and know that your Creator is their true parent. God is pure love without judgment or anger. He could never abandon you or your children, nor would he want to. As one of your children's guardian angels, I watch over them ceaselessly. I never tire of keeping my watchful eye upon them. For as I gaze upon your children, I see their divine light. I see their true perfection, their goodness and their innocence. I ask that you see your children through my eyes, which will help their love and light to be fully expressed. I love you, I love your children, and your children love you. Yeah, I know my children both absolutely adore me. One will openly say, the other one will just refuse to acknowledge that. She does acknowledge it in her own way. But my youngest daughter, we are very similar, and she's the one that I went to town with yesterday. And we were talking about going on holiday because there's a few things that we want to do. And she actually said, we could just stay home. I said, and do what? And she's like, well, just hang out, like, do nothing. I said, okay, well, there's some stuff that we can do. But it's her birthday. She's going to be 16 soon. Where are we today? We're Sunday. So, yeah, we've got about 10 days. a bit less than that. But she has exams on her birthday. So she goes back to school Monday the 3rd of June. So we have this week, and I've got nothing planned for her birthday. And she's been bugging me about this concert that's in London. And she spoke about, I was like, hang on a minute, am I paying for your friends to go as well? She's like, no, no one wants to come. I'm like, are you wanting me to come? She's like, no, I'll go on my own. And it's like, okay, I'm not sure about this. And anyway, as we were kind of doing our trek into town yesterday, we spoke about, she said about her birthday, and she said, maybe I can go to that concert. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. She said, it depends whether or not we can get tickets together in the same, because it's really late now, the concert's on Saturday and Sunday. And so it's quite late to book the tickets. And she said, I don't know if we can get 2 seats together. And I said to her, well, do you want to go on your own? And she said, I'm not bothered, yeah, I'll go on my own. And I said, okay then. So I said, we could do a trip to London then. Instead of going away this week, let's stay at home. I can do some DIY and catch up with some stuff. And we can go away. Because she has to go into school every day during the school holidays or is supposed to. Whether she will or not, we'll soon find out. But she's quite a good kid, you know. So I think that she'll probably dedicate to going to school next week, and then I don't know whether it'll be the weekend or whether I can take the latter part of the week off and go to London. But so it looks like we're going to London, but she's going to this concert on her own. I don't know many parents that would allow a child to, and she wants to do it all alone. And I know exactly how she works now. We've travelled quite a bit. Travelling's not an issue for us. We travelled the top part of Italy and was on a train every 3 days, working out train systems in, you know, foreign countries. We've done it in LA. I've taken these kids around. They're good, you know, especially when it comes to like the underground. They have no fear. They've seen me do it alone with them, and it's just like we always work it out. We can always ask for help, and there's no negativity. There's no expectation of anything bad happening, and that comes in with this. They are God's children, and you have to trust that they're going to be looked after. So it's kind of like, okay, that's cool. So I'll get her to the tube station, and then she'll be on her own. She'll find her way to the concert. And then I said to her, I'll come and meet you though. And she's like, yes, if you could after the concert, I'd like it if you could just come to where I am and come back with me. That's not a problem. And she will learn so much from that experience. And as I was walking around town yesterday, that's what it is. It's trying to control our children. We try so much to wrap them up, and they're not really ours to wrap up. You wouldn't have liked it as a child, and it's things like if she got drunk, okay, 15, rings me to say, can you come and get me? I'm drunk, apologising, everything. And I said, why are you saying sorry? Because I'm drunk. And I said, it's going to happen again, and I done that. What's new? But because I don't have that on them, it's not so much kind of fun to do it. That's what I think. It's not. They're not going to get the reaction. They still look for that reaction of me being disappointed in them, and it's like, oh, you know, cool. If you've made it to here until you get drunk, you know, happy days. And then I've been speaking to other people who say, you know, actually my daughter was speaking to me about parents, how they put curfews on the children, and you need to be home by 10:30, but she never goes home, and then mum ends up having a really big row with the daughter, and it's just all gets out of hand, where I'm just like, what time are you going to be home? And just trust that she can set a reasonable time, she sticks to that, and because there's no pressure on it, it's not an issue, is it? So it's just about, otherwise she's going to do it anyway behind my back. We're touching really a lot about raising children, aren't we? I think I finished that one. And my children very much respect me for that freedom part. They're still not confident enough to get onto the channel yet. I was talking to my youngest about a business idea that I want to work on this week with her, and I would like her help in some areas of it. and she'd love doing it, but she's kind of looking at me as if to go, and I don't know what I was saying. Don't know, it's gone. Okay. I want to get another one on this male attention. There was something I was actually saying that was quite important. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. And you have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I would help you. This is really just shouting out, you have to carry on being what you are here to be, and that's a human being. So the role is really important, but it's about healing people with your compassion, your energy, your understanding. So these templates are tough. When there's not many people implementing them. But it's this way about actually, like, it's this schooling and studying and taking this step back and being the observer. It's about not responding how maybe, you know, you would respond. I mean, we walk past these situations and we don't discuss it. We don't turn around and say, did you see how that lady was speaking to a child? Or it's more about us sending that compassion and energy. And in a way, showing your children how to do that as well, just by being the example. This really is like the mother role, the role of the mother. So let's read Grace and Antoinette first. I don't know where I'm going. I'm quite distracted. It's quite a distracting reading. It's a lot about me talking about my own experience, and I don't know if it's flowing right, because most of the time it just comes out. I'm going to read Archangel Gabriel first. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. I will help you. I am with you as one of your guardian angels. You may wonder why an archangel is with you. I help many people simultaneously, and you are among them. I help those whose life purpose is in the arts or communication. I will help you polish and trust in your natural talents. Then I will open doors for you to express those talents in a way that will help others. What I need from you in return is honesty and cooperation. Tell me about your fears, your hopes, your confusion, your insecurities and your dreams, and ask me to help you. And then please walk through the doors of opportunity that I open for you. I'm on your side completely. My function is to be your coach, and as such, I may prod you along. Please know that I am only pushing you because I know that you need a little boost from above. This is when you can feel quite solitude in your role. People ignore stuff that they see, like completely ignore it. They don't even acknowledge what they've observed. It's just the way that it is. And I like that my function is to be your coach. It says, I am on your side completely. And that's what I felt with this little girl yesterday. she was against the wall just crying, and they're kind of shouting, come on, you know, and it was, I just wanted to be on her side. That was all. So, Grace and Antoinette. This misunderstanding has occurred because of judgments about the other person's motives and character. To heal the situation, the judgments need to be released. Instead of seeing someone as good or bad, have compassion and know that everyone is doing the best they can. Instead of pitying someone, see the person's inner strength and godliness. In that way, you encourage divine light to be expressed within the other person and yourself. You are projecting something from your own shadow side onto the other person, so this situation is an opportunity for you to clear away an ego issue. Simply affirm, I am willing to release that part of me that is irritated when I think of you. We angels are helping to heal the situation miraculously, so that everyone will forgive and forget judgments and to act responsibly. Compassion is the key. Okay. I've got the Law of Attraction cards. We're going to go with it. That one definitely wanted to come out. There we go. There we go. Look at me. There we go. It just says, words do not teach, my life experience teaches. Here comes my pussy cat, the message. You might not be able to hear it from me. Words do not teach. It is life experience that brings you your knowing. Reflect into your own past life experience and begin watching for the correlation between the words you are reading here and the life experiences that you have lived. Have you been mostly thinking, speaking, writing and observing that which pleases you or not? So it is really about, my attention was not on what wasn't pleasing, it was more on bringing the compassion and love to the situation. There was no judgment there. So have you been mostly thinking, speaking, writing, observing that which pleases you or not? When it says reflect into your own past life experience and begin watching for the correlation between the words that you are reading here and the life experiences that you have lived, we have all witnessed this type of behaviour. We have maybe even behaved like this before when we didn't know better. That's how you have to look at it. People don't know better. If you look into their past and how attitudes, beliefs, ways that we discipline. Discipline is the massive key here, with people putting upon you how you should discipline your children. It's one of the things that frustrates mostly everybody that I know. Is the freedom I give my children. Ask my children what they think about that. Because they will tell you the respect that they have for me for that. I mean, you put up with challenges either way, whether you give your children freedom or not. But taking away their freedom and punishments, you learn the hard way that it backfires. And I stopped doing that a long time ago when I realised that it didn't work. This is interesting. It says worrying about illness can create more illness. Oh, yeah. So whenever we don't go to the doctors. We don't. No. My children sometimes request to go to the doctors. That's fine. They know that they're to do what they want, but I won't be marching them off to the doctors unless I feel that I need to and I'm guided to. But it says worrying about illness can create more illness. Whenever my children are feeling a headache or even upset, I was speaking to somebody in the shop about this yesterday because I was looking for some clothes And I said to her, I've lost so much weight. And she went, oh, tell me how you do it. And I said, well, to be honest with you, I went through an ascension journey. I became happy. I chilled out. I learned about life a little bit, that it's just too much. This rushing around doesn't get us anywhere. And she actually said to me, she said, you know what, you're right. I put on so much weight, and I was only thinking yesterday about how depressed I am. And I said to her, I said, I always say to my children, no matter what, check your happiness levels, your weight, your attitude, your outlook, illnesses. First thing you need to check is, are you happy? So worrying about illness can create more illness. And this is something I most definitely don't want to be bringing on to my children, that they're going to be dying of some kind of horrible illness or some hereditary disease. It's like, so when you give something when you give your attention to something, your potential for attracting it is increased. The more vivid the details, the more likely you are to attract it into your experience. And so any negative emotion you feel while observing something is your indication that you are negatively attracting. It's like, ignore all the shit, all the bullshit, all the negativity, all the trauma of what could happen, only if you put your attention onto it. Okay. I'll say no more about that one. Let's I don't like when somebody tells someone that they're ill. What's this one say? I can deliberately reach for joyous thoughts. Yeah. You can change it around. So in seeking and finding joy, you not only find perfect alignment with your inner being and with who you really are, but you also find vibrational alignment with all things that you desire. Like mobile phones, nice cars, nice people, polite people. You don't see the other stuff. You could be with someone else and they can see all that, but you just don't see it. Many times I go, I don't know what you're talking about. I got a taxi home yesterday and listened to this man. I giggled. I'd had a glass of wine. I had dinner out and I'd had a glass of wine, so I was a little bit tipsy. What's going on when we're drinking? Okay, I need to stay in. And had a glass of wine, so I was in quite a bit. And I listened to him actually talk about the reputation of a certain kind of group of people, and I was giggling like anything. I didn't mean to, but I just wasn't joining in. How people claim to be experts in, let's say, in gardening, but couldn't even name what different species of trees are. So for some reason, this didn't give them a right to go near trees. And I'm just like giggling as if to say, it's a tree. They just see it as a tree. They don't need to know anymore. It's a tree. So it was quite fun. I could see my kids in the back just giggling. It was like, oh, come on. So happy days. Very cheap fare home as well. I've never paid. Like, it was like £3 cheaper than normal whenever I've had to get a train back from a taxi back from a train station, which is even closer. I don't know. So in seeking and finding joy, you not only find perfect alignment with your inner being and with who you really are, but also find vibrational alignment with all things that you desire. When joy is really important to you, you will not allow yourself to focus upon that. Focus. Hocus pocus focus. Boom. Remember Abraham Hicks saying that in one of their teachings. Hocus pocus focus. Say that to the kids. I think she was actually telling a story about that. Oh, that'd be awesome if I could find that and attach it, because we're on about really working with children here, okay? Well, we're talking about working with people, aren't we? You know, those people that we have to coexist with. So when joy is really important to you, you will not allow yourself to focus upon things that do not feel good. And the result of thinking only thoughts that feel good will then cause you to create a wonderful life filled with all the things you desire. Yes, my daughter kept, okay, I can give you another example of this. So we've stopped for lunch. I'm behind waiting to pay, got my tray. The lady in front of me had a teenage daughter, and just she was getting her kind of cutlery, and I looked at this donut, and I've kind of looked over, and I've looked at the mum and said, that donut looks like really yummy. And she's like, I don't think I'll be getting any of that, that's my daughter's donut. And she went, and I don't think she'd be sharing it with me. Well, the daughter looked like, I don't know, she never has conversations with her mum, because she's like, and I said, your donut. And I looked at the mum and I said, do you want to get yourself? I said, to Universal Studios, because you can buy yourself a big one that's about 4 times that size. I said, from like the Simpsons world. And I said, and you can eat that donut all on your own. I said, and you won't share it. And that's what, my daughter was with me. She's giggling because I have a photograph of this massive donut while we was in, I think it was in Hollywood, Universal Studios in Hollywood. And I had this great big donut, but the donut looked really yummy. Absolutely. So it's a pink donut. Pink donut. I can't even show you a picture of it. I probably could actually. But anyway, you imagine. Quite big. Oh, it's just gorgeous anyway. So that's what it brought back, this pink donut. And I looked at it. Now, last night I was in here. My eldest daughter had met me in town, but she had gone off to the makeup store to buy some makeup. She had said to me later, I got so many freebies today. Like, people were giving me like this this hair serum for like taming curls. My daughter doesn't even have curly hair. It's like, and I just like purchased like £20 worth of products to tame the curls. And she was giving it for free. But then she knocked at my door last night. She went, look at this, what I've got. And she came in, I'm not lying, with the donut. It was an inflatable donut that this makeup store had given her. I don't even know what it was meant to be for. That donut. Come in. And it was like, have you shown your sister that? I said, because when we went for lunch earlier, because it was only me and my youngest that went for lunch, I said, we had a conversation about that bloody donut, and you've just knocked on my door with this inflatable. So they're absolutely buzzing as well, manifesting all round, all good things. Okay. Okay. It's great playing with your children. What's even better is when your children notice it and then you start playing all together. I'm going to get some archangel guidance. But when my eldest, she's 19 now, so this was about 3-4 years ago maybe, she was in an assembly and it was Easter time and they had a raffle and a competition about winning the Easter egg. And my daughter was sitting there waiting for, obviously, the tickets to be pulled. And she was like, one of them's going to be mine. She was already playing with the law of attraction, so this was her moment when she actually tried it out. All the tickets came out, and then we got to the last one. I wasn't there. Got to the last one, and she just said, that's my name on there. And they pulled it out, and it was her name. And, so we've been playing with this, but sometimes we forget the skill. We get caught up in life. Or we have to go through seeing the contrast, experiencing the contrast, so that we come back to the magic. That's how I look at it. Right, let's get some archangel guidance. Sensitivity, career transition, and I want to get one more. 2 more. Chakra clearing and take back your power. I'm not going to be take back your power. It just says use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. The sensitivity is you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Big time when I go out. Like I said, I kind of want to attract a little bit. It's very intense and strong. We have to take that on as light workers. So that's what we do. We transmute kind of darkness into light. That's what a light worker does. So that's why it's really important to be kind of balanced within yourself and know when to take that time out, because you cannot consistently be in that. That is too draining. And that's what I feel is whenever I've been out and transmuting, okay, that's a good way to look at it, isn't it? Transmuting energies, okay, into light sensitive energies. You have to really analyse how you respond to situations. You have to be very observant, because when you're dealing with sensitive energies, you have to be sensitive. So so honour yourself and your feelings. And then we've got a career transition. So your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. We're touching on light workers here. Chakra clearing. I've got the chakra cards. I'm going to read one of those next. Archangel Metatron, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes, and take back your power. Use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. It was quite interesting because I actually went into a shop. I was looking more for candles, and I went into this little independently owned store and got talking to the lady there, who I felt first of all wasn't very receptive to me, but actually she opened up to be like the biggest softie. She was telling me to go to the beer festival that was there. I just went to the local Wetherspoons pub and had a meal, but she really opened up. But what she actually told me was, one thing that I was curious about was about candles, and I've been doing research into actually making candles. I love candles, so if I love them, I might as well learn how to, blend fragrances and essence, and look into actually making not so much candles, more candle melts. And she told me how to do it and everything. Even though I'd done the research, she told me some stuff that I hasn't even asked out loud, because there's a difference between doing melts and a pillar candle. Because obviously you burn a candle with a melt, it will be melted. So she kind of filled in all the gaps there, and I kind of walk out and go, wow, a little project I was thinking about, actually getting started. It's just, yeah. So it's like everyone's coming out to kind of help. Let me do this chakra clearing. Yeah, let's do the pull a chakra card. Let's have some coffee. Feel like I've been on a while. Okay, 1 hour and 7 minutes, 17 seconds I saw then. Oh, the song was Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Okay, right, let's get a chakra card. It has stopped raining. I can see the clouds. There's a little fly there in front of me. Blue skies. Blue skies on the horizon. Okay. Right, let's get a chakra card and see if I can wrap this reading up. Gossip. Yeah. Okay. So this is from the fourth chakra, which is the green. It's to do with the heart. So the overall impression here is love. The key words are balance, harmony, brotherhood, hope, growth, healing, love, peace, prosperity. The fourth chakra, the heart chakra, relates to matters of the heart. In manifesting, we are always blocked if our heart is not in it. There is something very pivotal about every green card, as though each one indicates a key moment of personal choice. They tell us about the heart of the matter. In this chakra, we decide whether we will proceed or whether things will get kicked back to our yellow chakra, where we spend time thinking about progressing our decisions. In essence, you will see here whether your heart is truly invested in the actions you are willing to take. Every green card owns the distinction of revealing what happens when you do or don't follow your heart. The question these cards ask is, what does your heart tell you? So let's have a look at this gossip card. Charmaine Chartreuse. I never met a person I didn't like. The legend. Charmaine is eccentric and kind. From her chartreuse green home house, whatever it is. From her chartreuse green house to her fascination with scarves, She is a topic of town gossip. After her death, the local people discover her incredibly detailed paintings of their town and realise she was an extraordinary artist who painted their lives with love. They feel sadness for never having really known her. So, inspiration. Charmaine Chartreuse suggests that appreciating differences is key. This card is a warning that you may lose a valued relationship if you do not appreciate what you have. Personal inquiry. Oh, I'm spitting everywhere now. Sorry, guys. Charmaine is about prejudice and misunderstanding. What am I resisting? Uniqueness of others, naivety, support for your vision, lack of appreciation, refocusing your life. Keywords: freedom, dance, and honour. Fight the meditation. Visualise someone you may be judging harshly. Notice how powerful your negative feelings are. Picture yourself in a room with that person and tell them what you like about them. If you run out of things to say, start repeating. You can accept this person as they are. Allow them to tell you things they like about you. When they finish, thank them for coming. I love it. It's like a real, you know, when you pick up an energy of somebody who's really closed off and not open to love, or they're coming across that way. I just love it. Just the impact that love and light can have on this person. It cracks them open. It's really beautiful to watch. But obviously, whilst that's happening, you're transmuting a lot of that darker energy, topping them up with light. And because we have to be kind of like this vessel of unconditional love to be able to give away the reserves, that's why we have to come back and then work on topping ourselves up. And I spoke about, you know, taking some time out of it. I do enjoy doing it this way because I'm not actually in the presence of, I can pick up on the energy. I'm not actually in the presence of, I'm quite free to do this, which is quite nice because it's a way that actually we can talk about the energy without kind of being in the middle of it, if that kind of makes sense. So we've got gossip. Now I want to get an enchanted map, just seeing, as I said, kind of without being in the middle of it. So let's see whereabouts we are. And then I'm going to toodle off and do some other bits and pieces. And who knows? I think I might do some internet shopping for a while. Maybe just deal with the delivery guys that come. Then it's very noticeable. You can find yourself being the talk of the town. I am. But I live in a very small town. But people recognise me and my children because of our laughter and personality and our essence. Rock bottom. The only way is up, baby. Yeah. Let's read this. Card number 10. Surrender and acceptance are the keys to freedom. As difficult as it may be to accept, it seems that you've reached the point where you can go no further in the same manner in which you've been doing things. Perhaps you've hit a proverbial brick wall or experienced a deep sense of loss and don't know where to turn. The old way of doing things must be discarded fully in order to move onward and upward. A new direction and a new strategy are called for. The only way out is through surrender. Accept things as they are and admit that you have no idea what to do next. If you wait in that heartfelt moment of release, then a stairway will appear like magic, and all manner of synchronicities will show you the way to higher ground. The rock bottom card is a sign that a miracle is about to occur, but only if you let go completely. So that's bringing me into, like yesterday, I kind of wanted to clear through the energy, otherwise I wasn't going to go out, and if it didn't go out, then I wouldn't have experienced all the stuff, and I wouldn't be able to spread that light and love. I remember my last birthday when my husband was still obviously around, before he'd made his transition. He'd actually, I have it, I'll show you. because I haven't used it, but I keep it in a drawer as a little reminder. And what I got was this. Oh, I have used some. Oh, I might have put that in some cards. This. And I unwrapped it and I was like, what's that? And he went to me, you just go and sprinkle your sparkle and your pixie dust everywhere. And don't ever stop doing that. And that's a reminder that I have. Glitter. Go and glitter the world. I don't actually go and do that. That's quite, to get glitter off you can be maybe quite frustrating for some people. It's bad enough when you open up a card and it can't, no, yes. Okay, so, okay, rock bottom, helping people. Let's end on a roomie. So this is most definitely, I'm not going to say like it's, this is like it's just the feminines, like the divine feminines. This is the divine feminine's energy, okay, within each and every one of us. So whether you're male or female, you'll know if you have this essence, if you're a light worker, if you just seem to shine. It's like, don't dull your own sparkle. Don't do that. It's like this world needs you. So, yeah, shine bright like a diamond. Go and sprinkle that pixie dust, that fairy dust. Don't want to take two. I just want one. Oh, I don't want to take all those again. Okay, I'm going to take that one because I didn't read it the other day. And it's this purple. And I can see the purple here with the chakra clearing. And we've got the sensitivity. We're picking up on colours. It's about love, romance. This is about working. Okay, with communicating and the arts. And then we've got like a kind of paler with the children cards here. And we've got one more. We have all these colours, look, of this purple, of mauve. Oh, I don't know why I've got white crystal. Have faith and hope because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. Just picked up on those colours. And this is the card. It's card number 26, which brings us to that 8, which is that infinity, that infinite love. It's like unlocking, helping people to unlock their infinite potential, isn't it? Let's read this card number 26. I'll ooze a star of Venus. Okay. I am pure light, my son. I am not a handful of worthless dust. I am not just an empty shell. I am a regal pearl found in this world. Close your eyes to see and become aware of me. Perceive me with eyes that see the unseen. Come into the mystery to find me. I am a carefree visitor, here for you. I could probably hold it there, just so I could get my back a bit straight. My beautiful one, born of pure radiance, you have love in your heart and a passion for play that cannot be dulled by bleakness, boredom, or fear. Your soul is sensual and dances with life, with utter abandonment and devotion. Though the ways of this world seem strange to you at times, you eventually declare it to be nothing but strange beauty, and expand your heart, resisting nothing, to allow all to be bathed in the radiance of your being. You are here to share the light of another world, a blessed world of consciousness, a blessed world of consciousness pure and divinity so absolute that it transcends duality and instead brings all into the oneness of the greatest love. The star of Venus is a great androgyne, neither solely masculine nor feminine, but an integration of both. The power it bestows is mighty and based utterly in love. When this star seeks us out, multiple blessings are bestowed, and our spiritual growth can be accelerated in ways that may be quite dazzling and surprising to our more limited mindset and belief systems. With great blessings, great growth is possible. However, the blessings don't do the growth for us making it magically happen. They give us the oomph we need, the power, and the opportunities and assistance we need. Yet it is still we who take the journey. The great spiritual journey for old souls at this time in Earth's history is the journey from duality to oneness. Many are signing up for that wild, loving adventure, or they want to. They're curious, they're intrigued. They're like, what is this? What is this energy? That's what it's like. So it's like, go and shine it and spread it. And anyway, okay. So many are signing up for that wild, loving adventure. This oracle has come to you as a reminder that you too have been granted a ticket for that journey. This journey of oneness is not about denying duality, but about experiencing it as an expression of one love. It is about no longer being enslaved by it. It is about avoiding what is not wanted in order to pursue what is wanted. It is about embracing the all, of finding the freedom and joy originally sought, but now through a path that takes you into joy and freedom existing within. To take the great transformation from man or woman into cosmic angiogyne does not require that we lose our sense of femininity or masculinity. Rather, they become so superior in development that they cease to be distinguished from each other. Our masculine clarity, with its discernment, practicality and application, becomes so tender, loving, compassionate and tempered with grace that the feminine is integrated with it. Our feminine nurturance, dedication and connection to life becomes so fierce that discernment and wise action naturally prevail. With this great androgynous integration of the masculine and feminine into oneness, men and women of this beautiful earth become capable of a new consciousness. It is of one based in love, of service to life, of letting go of judgment, stereotypes, and limited belief systems, and of opening up to compassion for all life. As the consciousness is anchored, spiritual growth becomes rapid. That's what I feel it is. The feminine is now really anchoring in this integration of the masculine with the feminine. That's what I said. I need to kind of, whoa, find that balance. So, as the consciousness is anchored, spiritual growth becomes rapid. This is not necessarily without some bumps and bruises. Letting go of old notions of what it is to be a man or a woman, to be a masculine or feminine. Letting go of fear of women or men, or emasculation or victimization. Letting go of wounding are all great steps forward. They promise liberation, empowerment and compassion, as well as peace and happiness. Yet they are not easy steps to take. Great resistance can be evoked within you as an individual and also within the culture around you, which might find your notion of personal spiritual empowerment confronting and challenging to their culture of fear-based enslavement of the soul. They will be right about it being confronting, but mistaken in assuming that confrontation is something best resisted. So then what to do? Al-Uza, the ancient shining one, shine bright like a diamond, okay. Al-Uza, the ancient shining one, also known as the star Venus, holds much power and strength. Even a small blessing of her light is more powerful than the fear of thousands, if not millions, of people. She is known as a worthy ally in battle of any kind, even spiritual battle. You must, however, stay aligned with her way, which is not to fight fear with fear, hate with hate, or anger with anger. Does this mean you should not feel fear, hate, or anger? Of course not. Venus denies no experience, so let yourself feel whatever you feel. The guidance is not to stop being human. Take the next step into the divine human, into allowing the star blessing to nestle in your heart so you can shift as you feel the feelings, holding them with compassion, then choosing your own truths that resonate at a far more defined vibration. The rebellious passion of the star Venus is that she seeks out whomever is ready to know more fully the truth of divine oneness. Whether the culture around them can acknowledge one of their own becoming more enlightened as a blessing or not, it is a divine gift nevertheless. How liberating it shall feel to be truly empowered to live life as you feel is truthful, and to feel completely empowered to allow others to do the same, with joy in your heart. You understand that everyone is walking an unfolding path, and that we don't have to understand or justify the path of another to feel peace in our own hearts. If you are stumbling with judgment within yourself, do not fear. The blessing of Venus is coming to you to help you surrender it, to help you find your way through, so that you can be free now. Your guidance then is to trust your path, trust your evolution, even in the face of those around you reacting to it, possibly in fear or discomfort. Trust in the path of others too, for in truth there is one path and we are all on it. Your job, so I'm going to go back, you do not have to convince anyone of anything. That is not your job. Your job is to embrace your wisdom. Embrace your freedom and empowerment to grow spiritually and live your life accordingly. You are becoming, through bestowal of grace, something more of a goddess and a god, of a human and a sacred animal integrated as one. This is sacred alchemy, amplified in the star fires of Venus, who loves you as a brother, sister, and honours your soul with her blessing. Shine true, beloved, shine bright. Got goosebumps. Really can't make this shit up. Just document it. Just tell it how it is. Okay. Here's the sacred honouring ritual. Say aloud. I call upon Rumi, who loves me without condition. Beloved of my own soul. Beloved of my own soul. Bless me now that I can dispense with limiting notions of what it is to be a man or a woman, that I can become freer to live as one integrated being. May my relationships become richer and freer, empowered and healing. May my relationships, I'm saying this again, become richer and freer, empowered and healing. I'll ooze a shining one who loves me beyond any condition. May I live truthfully in the light of you, great star Venus, in your infinite wisdom, love and conscious grace. Through divine mercy and unconditional love, this healing is now begun. Place your hands at your heart in prayer position and bow your head for however long feels right for you. And when you are ready, just say thank you. You have completed your sacred honouring ritual. I love it. Let's have a look at You Got This card, and I'm going. Okay. Colours come in well, don't they? And pinks. Pinks and purples and lilacs and mauves. Believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. Impossible is just one person's opinion. Only look back to see how far you've come. And if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. The well-behaved rarely make history, and it is the mystery of them. It's the mystery that makes the history. I love it. Okay, guys. I'll catch up with you guys when I catch up with you, okay? But have a fantastic day and keep shining. Take care, guys. Much love. Really struggling with these words, okay? Don't need words, do we? It's all energy. Okay. Bye for now.